Hamilton, and first of all, Bill Leslie.
Mark, thank you, and welcome everyone. Has given supporters of both these clubs over recent seasons. We have the hold at the moment. Harvey Barnes is among those left on the bench. A bit of a rest after his considerable recent... From AFCON duty with Algeria, he is named among the Manchester City substitutes here. Will be a tactic from Newcastle, trying to turn Manchester City around and release the pace of against Liverpool. Foden.
City this evening won earlier on this season in the Premier League with 33% possession. I think they'll play counter-attack.
In two different competitions, had to go to the well to get across the line, but get across the line they have momentum and they have hold on the ball. This is Ake, but both with flaws that make them a captivating watch. Murphy, this is Wissa, and that's over. The flag had stayed down as well. That's a big chance for Yoane Wissa for Newcastle. Well, he has been, for the most part of his first season here on Tyneside, a miss rather than now Semenyo. Semenyo likewise when at Bournemouth in the earlier rounds. New rules though from the year. He looked down their left. Doku beyond Miley. And a good burst forward. It just eludes Erling Haaland and cleared away by Anthony Gordon. Manchester City side who are unbeaten in 12 now, scoring 35 in that time, although 10 of those. Ake. O'Reilly. This is Nathan Ake. I think it got a touch on the way through. It did.
He's done okay, Anthony Gordon.
Met at the near post. Shaped in nicely by Doku. Chow away. Foul by... He scored in both legs of the semi-final against Arsenal last season, looking to set up Joelinton, who glances wide.
Just good.
Up here against Leeds, wasn't he, Joelinton, as Newcastle engineered the comeback. Miley to Murphy. Up for the early ball. Ripped in by Gordon. Trafford gets enough on it. Good shot of the way by Doku. Doku looking at ping.
Having a word with the referee. Thought he should have had a foul.
Murphy slides it in.
This will be more of a danger in that respect for Newcastle this evening.
Good pressure by Joelinton, but a good step over the line of the law in the view of our...
And Kusanov to carry on in that pairing. Ain't Nori back from the AFCON now.
Joelinton went into that, showed a little too much out of Kusanov. Starters. Kusanov. O'Reilly, but straight to Hall. Still Hall. Hall. Well, Hall fouled by Semenyo. Lovely mazy run though from the Newcastle. Hall slides it in, looking for Wissa. It was read by Nunes, and this is Silva. For big games that mean a lot, and the final round the corner in a competition such as this. Here's Hall. Powerful run. Murphy. Wissa. Well, that's the key to unlock the Manchester City door, even though they haven't made the most of it. Before he got his move here to the North East, 19 Premier League goals. For Manchester City, Haaland's on the move. Joelinton makes the block. Out comes Murphy. 1976, that was Newcastle's first final in this competition. Final most memorable for Dennis Stewart's overhead kick. A little flash point here And Semenyo. Paul might need some help, and he got it from Antwi. Gordon. To have a run and get beyond Nunes, who cuts him down and picks up a card for his troubles. Trafford, Gordon. Murphy. Paul.
I think he was at his best for Bournemouth.
Hall floats it in.
Yeah,
Looking to hit the front quickly. Hall. Sees off Doss's Phil Foden for Manchester City. Ake. Bateman's header. And
issues which both sides have got.
Loosen the handbrake a little bit in the second half. Here's Semenyo, meantime, for Manchester City. Foden, O'Reilly. Last minute of normal time at the end of the first half. Doku probing. Newcastle and Manchester City, who do usually have a habit of producing a story when they come together here.
Within themselves, have to be more of an attacking threat in this second half.
Foden lent into by Bruno Guimaraes, a free kick for Manchester City. Now Doku. Back to Ake. Hanging by Ake, seemed to be a push in there. There was a save required.
Yeah, they did seem to be.
Miley. Run. Fusanov. Nunes caught upfield. Gordon in. Wissa! Hall to keep this going for Newcastle. Trafford again called into action. Well, it certainly hit the post. Trafford may well have touched it onto the post, but two nearly moments for Newcastle United. And Ramsey looks like he's ready to come back on, but he's still off as Doku slides it in! And put home by Antoine Semenyo. He scored on his debut in the FA Cup. He's done it again in the Carabao Cup. Semenyo for City, 1-0.
I've got to say, it's brilliant from Doku.
Defensive side of the midfield when they don't have the ball, and of course Doku kills it with his first touch. Gold. Well, 2 goals and then having to come back against Bournemouth. Well, they're well used to coming back into matches to claim what they need. Joelinton. Now Gordon. Guimaraes didn't quite catch it as he might. Caution for an earlier duel. I'm not sure that was exactly intended. Curious indeed from
Semenyo's backside.
Trafford, more convincing than Manchester City. This is Haaland. That's Foden. In by Reinders and in! Semenyo's done it again! Time seemed to stand still for the Newcastle defence, but it didn't for Semenyo, whose start to his Manchester City career goes from good to even better. 2-0 Manchester City.
I've got to say, the finish from Semenyo is absolutely brilliant. Haaland is just holding his position. I don't think he's affecting Pope or Chow. Semenyo's...
Newcastle seeking to whip up a storm. Voltamada, Alanga, Guimaraes didn't get it. Tonali did! Wide from the freshly introduced Italian, but Doku. Linton there. Ilanga. Seemed to come off the arm of Erling Haaland. And the assistant on this near side, Dan Cook, spotted. Now Barnes. Nearly. Doku. Great work from Doku, who was cleared by Guimaraes. That's enough of that from the Newcastle. Tonali. Extra time and penalty shootout win against Bournemouth in the FA Cup. We've got just over 10 minutes of this.
Striker, more of a physical threat, but got to say, looks comfortable on the ball, doesn't he? Happy to step into the game for Newcastle.
Not by Tonali. Newcastle on a free kick. It means that the tie is in the balance, and maybe even more so. Miley cut there. Tonali. Barnes.
Oh, Voltamara hurled himself at it. Fractions away. Outstanding game this evening.
This is brilliantly weaved by Manchester City into a Nuri and swept home by Ryan Cherki. In the dying seconds at St James's Park, Manchester City dish out a serious blow to the holders. A second goal to take a stranglehold on this semi-final.